So these are common sunflowers in the wild, growing everywhere in the U.S. Species name is Helianthus annuus. And so when I came to the U.S., most striking thing is this flower blooming everywhere in the field, abundant, discarded area, or roadsides, or anywhere, and you see them beautifully. I didn't see these flowers flowering in Japan, for example. Japanese sunflowers, mostly the garden varieties of this, which is much bigger disc and lay flowers around it. And those are also very common here as a garden species, but I don't think they prosper in the wild. But this particular one here is very prosperous in the garden as well as the wild area. And so this particular flowers seeds came from Colorado. When I moved to Texas, I brought my seeds, and I started to grow here. But it is very vigorous and very, grow tall, very tall. It's about 10 feet and something like that, 10 or 12 feet maybe, almost. And so this is something that I thought representative of the summer in the US, summer in America, because I see them all over the place. And also when I go hiking, like in Colorado for example, I see lots of Helianthus species, which is not the same one, different type of Helianthus, different species actually, and those flowering all over the place in the mountain. And some of them are, it's not as tall as this, but it's shorter, and I think some of them are perennial type, which I really like. So this represents my kind of a fond memory of summer in the US, for example, and as well as the garden varieties sunflower. When I used to have the community garden in Colorado, some people, of course, seed the sunflower, which has a big round sunflower, it's tall, and that I grew last year because some of the seed pack for the some kind of a rodents feed came with those seeds. So one day that started to grow here, but that is a big flowers. It only one plant has one flowers or something like that, and not so many flowers come up like this. And the disc is much bigger than this. It's like this big, and this flowers, petal lay flowers. These are also flowers here inside, but that's the florets. And but this lay flower is around it. This big disc florets, I think. And it's not that big, but it's a huge, and you can see in the movies and stuff like that, an Italian film called Sunflowers. This particular movie is about Sophia Loren and Marcello Mastroianni living in Italy, but Mastroianni was taken to the army during the war, so he goes away to fight, and so Sophia Loren waits for him, and but he never came back. So she decided to go to Russia from Italy, and trying to find what happened to her husband, Mastroianni. And when she arrived there, finally she tracked this particular house where this couple lives. And of course, that particular Mastroianni is living there, adopted in there with this younger woman, a Russian woman, is with him. And so as soon as she sees her husband, and she realized that he would not come back. So sadly, she goes home to Italy alone by herself. That's the Sunflower, and I think that particular melody of Sunflower, which is I think Henry Mancini composed it, and a beautiful soundtrack of the movie. So that's another thing that I kind of remember looking at this Sunflower. Yeah, I think it's sometimes it is becoming a little bit too big, like this, and it's kind of obscures everything else, which is not good, the garden shrubs and so forth. But I cannot get rid of this. Look at this. The bees smothered with pollen from sunflower. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure this is a common bees or something else. I have no idea. But anyway, so this is Helianthus annuus. Also, you notice that just because all those different varieties, garden varieties of sunflower came from the same species, even this particular batch, which comes from the one, like a wild harvested sunflowers, but every year each plant display a little bit different characteristic. For example, this one has like a round petal characteristic, okay, and but this one has a longer ray flower petal, and it's like a little bit kind of a kind of a curved appearance of this petal, pointed petal, but the other one is like a very rounded petal, like this. Yeah. So it is interesting to see what is the this diversity